All right, so what's up, guys? So we're out here on another run, out here doing this craziness. For all you guys to simply sit back, watch, admire, and enjoy, and trying to cross the street very quickly and not get murdered in the process. Guys, we got these crazy Miami drivers trying to get to wherever they're going, right? They're not necessarily out to hurt us, but we gotta be cognizant of that. We gotta be cognizant of, their objectives, right? They gotta get to where they're going as fast as they want to, right? Not necessarily have our best interests in mind, but whatever, right? We don't want to complicate things. We want to simplify those things. So, without further ado, we're gonna go into today's video topic, which is about simplifying your life, right? Making it easier and more straightforward, more practical, right? Not getting so caught up in the unnecessary things, right? The excessive habits and so forth. So, without further ado, we're gonna give you 4 ways to simplify your life. And, without further ado, we are gonna go into tip number 1. That is to limit your expenses. Right, reduce them, right? Notice what you're spending every month, right? Your bills, right? Ask yourself, do you really need all those channels on your TV, right? Do you really need all those subscriptions that you're paying for that are sucking out money from you every month, right? I'm making it hard, whoa, and that sounded weird, but it's all good. But really think about that and consider where your money is going, because if we don't keep track of where it's going, it could get lost, right, and into the wrong hands, right? We want to conserve our money and not struggle for it, and make it less of a burden for us, right, when we're going and doing the things that we're doing throughout our day, right? We don't want to make it stressful for us, right, in regards to that money, right? Worrying about how we're going to pay our bills, so forth, right? Coming up with rent stuff, right? Problems for so many people. But if you're able to limit your bills, it's almost as if you're paying yourself every month, right? Everyone thinks that the money has to come from work, a job, right, that pays you an income. But something you do is generate your own income, right? By cutting out those bills, right? You got a bunch of extra clothes, sell them on eBay, sell them online, donate them, right? They'll give you some monies for your clothes, and you'll get them out of your way, right? And we'll even go into something else that doing that does, right? Especially for us and our places that we live in. But for now, we'll stick with our topic, right? Which is to save the money, right? Not be struggling for it and look at it as a burden, right? But instead as something that we have in abundance, something that creates joy and peace in our life, not struggle and hardship and difficulty. So one thing that we have to consider additionally, as we were going into the example of the clothes, is the decluttering, right? Taking out all the unnecessary crap that we have in our houses, so forth, right? That can take up so much space. And we might rationalize, right? I should keep this shirt because I might need it every once in a blue moon. But oftentimes you never end up using it, right? That old appliance and stuff, right? And you may be thinking that you're saving money in the process. Hello, how's it going? Thanks. So as we were thinking, as we got a little bit carried away, and the appliances that we have can really create a burden, can stress us out and make us feel almost like we have too much, right? You can't even get into your bedroom without coming across all that junk and garbage and things that essentially, take up too much space, or you can't even have somebody over without, considering that. So, in essence, really think about that. Really consider, what you're keeping, what you're not. Hey, don't be afraid to throw things away. Or if you feel bad about that, give them away, right, to a friend or somebody you love. But because essentially, you're giving it a new home, right? That person, you're giving them the opportunity to use those things because you might not necessarily need them and want to use them. And for you, that's essential. That's important. So really think about it. Really think about decluttering your house, because just looking at it creates stress and anxiety, right? How good is it that you finally get to use that thing that you've been storing for months, right? That kitchen appliance, so forth. If you would have been stressing because it was in your way of your dining room table, and you might have tripped over it and fell, and had to be simply in the way, right? Just get it out of there. And when you need those things, rent them, or buy them for a short time and get rid of them. Don't keep so much stuff around, only the essentials that you need. That's why when I get shirts and clothes, I make sure to get the solid colors, right? I don't like to get so many patterns and designs. I just need my base colors: my white shirt, black shirt, gray shirt, and maybe red or blue, right? That's it. I don't need all these crazy designs and flowers and diamond patterns, right? Because you don't need them. And it's gonna be harder to make clothes match, when in fact you could just have 3 or 4 outfits, 3 or 4 different clothings, and have as many combinations as you want, right? Really think about it. Don't go so complicated on that. Simplify your life, and you will be on your way to decluttering and simplifying your life. So tip number 3, as far as simplifying your life, is to essentially simplify, that you're not complicated, to keep your friend circle small, right? Don't have so many, they're even just acquaintances, but they may appear to be friends, and you might be spending too much time with them, because granted, they might be awesome people, but your friend circle has to be small, right? There's only a certain number of time you have on this earth and love to give these friends. And if you're freely giving it away to everyone you meet, it's going to be very draining, right? You're going to be a people pleaser of sorts, right? Nobody wants to be a people pleaser, a yes man, right? Saying yes to everybody and everything. You're going to be stressed out of your mind. You're not going to have time for anything. You're always going to be running around and doing things for other people and not for yourself. So keep your friend circle smaller than one hand, right? 5 people or less, that's it, right? And then your family, and then really develop a good relationship with them, right? You can lean on them in times of need and so forth, right? I even bet if you're doing that with so many people, not everyone is going to be like that, right? They're not going to be your true friends, right? True friends are with you whether you make it or you don't, whether you succeed or fail, right? Rich or poor, almost like wedding vows, right? That's the whole inspiration behind true friends, right? Aside from the intimacy that a marriage would have, right? You're with them for life. They don't care what you do with your life. They're your supporters, your admirers, regardless of what you do. And if you can't find that with somebody, find someone else and really seek it out, and you'll be simplifying your life. You don't need all these groupies, right? When you got these close circle of people, your buddies. So one final tip in order to simplify your life is to essentially what do we say? Wait. Oh, this is even one example. Right? Don't overstimulate yourself with education, right? And principles. And you know, so many people fall into the trap of almost getting lost, right? They're chasing a new, you know, get rich quick scheme or way to get rich and famous, right? They're not satisfied with what they're doing right now. They're not dedicating themselves completely to one thing. They're splitting themselves thin, right? And that wall, that may be good and cool and may be something hard to do and respectable, it may not be the best for you, because if you try to do so many different things, it's going to complicate your life, right? Rather than focusing on one thing, focusing on being the best lawyer you could possibly be, or doctor, or personal trainer, right? How foolish would it be if you want to be a lawyer who wants to be a doctor, who also wants to be a personal trainer, and also wants to be an NBA player? Right? It's not going to happen. You're going to stress yourself out and not achieve anything. So really think about that and these 4 ways to simplify your life. Without further ado, we say thank you very much and goodbye.